this is Emily at Sandia Vista Elementary. How may I help you today?
Yeah, hi. I had a question concerning my daughter, Rose.
Okay, yeah, sure. What's your question?
Well, she was diagnosed with autism. She's in the first grade. My niece, who has diabetes, and her mother, my sister-in-law, told me that she had something called a 504 plan.
Okay, yeah. So a 504 plan, which falls under the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, gives equal access to education programs for students with disabilities.
Okay, so is that what my daughter will have?
Okay, well, first, your daughter will need to be evaluated, but since she has autism, she will most likely qualify for the IDEA program.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
Well, a 504 plan defines a person with a physical or mental impairment that limits one or more major life activity. IDEA, which is the the Individual with Disability Act, is a special education law that makes sure that free, appropriate public education is provided to children with disabilities.
So, what does she qualify for?
Well, she will need to be evaluated, like I said, by an IEP team, but one of the 13 conditions to qualify someone for the IDEA program is actually autism.
So, what does my niece have a 504 plan then? I'm confused.
Well, since your niece has diabetes, that is a condition that limits a major life activity, and we still want to make sure that she is given the correct and proper education plan that she needs, but her disability doesn't qualify her necessarily for an IDEA program or for an IEP.
So, is this like a district by district thing? What's up with that?
No, schools are legally required to provide accommodations as well as modifications for the student for free. However, the IDEA program is federally funded and the 504 plans are not federally funded.
Okay. What are the differences between the two?
Well, for IDEA, we would need your consent, like your written consent as a parent. But for a 504 plan, we would not need parental consent. We would just need you to be notified. Also, in the IDEA program, your daughter will have an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan, and that's basically just a written plan that states your daughter's needs academically and also what modifications we would need to make to fit your daughter. That is also reviewed at minimum once a year, but if your daughter had a 504 plan, she would not have an IEP.
Are there any similarities between them?
Yes, there are similarities. Evaluations are required for both IDEA and 504 plans. They also are both free for you and your student, and both involve due process.
Okay, great. Well, I know my wife is going to ask me questions, so is there anywhere I can look up more information?
Yes, I have an article on the Learning Disabilities website, and they have an article describing the similarities and differences of both 504 plans and IDEA, so I'll give that to you. I'll email it to you.
Oh, in the email. Okay, awesome. Thank you. That would be amazing.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know if you have any more questions.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.